Yep.
Hello, and welcome to today's VC Task Force Gary's Picks event for investors and startups. My name is Joel Rosenberg, Director of Business Development and Strategy for VC Task Force. VC Task Force is an organization where the venture community comes together to address critical issues, provide workshops and other events for the benefit of the venture and entrepreneurial communities. VC Task Force provides access to an extensive ecosystem of VCs, corporate VCs, and angel investors. You may ask questions anytime during today's event, and time permitting, they will be answered live after today's interview. It is my pleasure to welcome Gary's Picks host, Gary Fowler. Gary is CEO and co-founder of GSD Venture Studios, an award-winning growth stage AI venture studio. Gary is also co-founder of the award-winning AI startup Eva.ai, as well as the investment firm DY Investments. Today, Gary will be interviewing special guest, Lubos Brzobohaty, CEO and co-founder of Sanezoo. Sanezoo performs human-like manipulation and quality control of components during various manufacturing processes. Using advanced computer vision, AI, and robotic manipulation, Sanezoo handles tasks typically performed by skilled human operators. Sanezoo products are capable of manipulating components with challenging surfaces, such as shiny and painted components. From their inception in Europe, Sanezoo has raised more than $5 million, and they are currently scaling in the US. Reference clients include VW, Bosch, ZF, Magna, and others. Lubos received his BC ECE from Technical University of Brno in the Czech Republic and has held key roles in fintech, property tech, and AI startups. Take it away, Gary.
Thanks a lot, Joel. Thanks, June. Great having Lubos here today. So as Joel said, I'm a serial entrepreneur, been involved in 17 startups and several unicorns. I was on the original management team at Click Software, which was sold to Salesforce for $1.35 billion, and also Eva.ai, an AI HR tech company. In fact, it was one of the first, the predecessor of that, Finder was one of the first generative AI companies. With that, we believe that intellectual capacity is evenly spread around the world, but opportunities are not. It's great to have Lubos here. So Lubos, I have a question for you. Now, how did you go from being an engineer to being a startup entrepreneur?
Well, it was kind of natural. I always did technical things and tasks, dealing with customers, with other managers, and trying to things working not only from technical perspective but also from business perspective. And one day when with my colleague, now co-founder, we were delivering a product for which we were hired for navigating vehicles on airports. We decided to continue the cooperation, but on our own projects or products.
So how did you go down through? You know, if you look at it, you know, the Czech Republic is a small market. How do you develop a global vision?
Yeah, well, it's a small market, but it also has a it was an opportunity for us to develop a product and really test it in production environments, make it error-free and make it scalable to be ready for the worldwide scaling. And this is because in Czech Republic and surrounding countries like Germany, Poland, but also Austria, a little bit of Slovakia, a little bit of Hungary, we have a lot of manufacturing facilities, many times global manufacturers that enable and that environment basically enabled us to not only develop but also make a production ready product for manufacturing anywhere in the world.
So as you've gone down through this model, how did you go down through how being an engineer, how did you develop your sales and marketing expertise? How did that come? Because a lot of what you develop as an engineer is very pragmatic. How do you develop the vision of marketing?
Well, I handled earlier. I was a portfolio manager as well as CEO for company who are doing a lot of business development activities, and I was in charge in many of those, and I liked it very much. Meaning I developed a partnership with big giants like IBM and companies like that. And since then, I was very close to marketing sales. I like to solve customer problems, and this is how I lead today's sales engineers to become salespeople as well. And the approach is simple. Yeah, so let's find out what you as a customer have, what kind of problems you have, and then try to find a solution, and potentially with our products. But the most important thing is to help customers to address their challenges and to find a solution for them, for the right solution for the customer.
Well, how do you go around, and if you're dealing with one of these large corporations like Volkswagen or Magna, how do you get to the right person? And what kind of person, as you're dealing with these large companies, who makes a decision in these processes? Is it a senior level CEO? Is it a mid manager? How do you get to that person? How do you convey your marketing message?
Yeah, so each customer is different. What has worked for us is to really find the right people on the level of plant management, or on the level of production management, or maybe some parts of the production management of some divisions. And those people usually know about the problems, about the challenges that affecting their business, and then they are happy to connect us with the right people, that we can work and prove that our technology is very good. The other way around is to really start from the bottom. That takes much more time. It's not that effective, and I would say it is time consuming. But in some cases, especially when it's a large corporation, and really the plan management and the corporate management and board level people and C-level people are too high, this also worked for us.
So when you go in there, what do you sell? If you look at it, I've dealt with a lot of top executives around the world, and we talk about the financial model. What's the part? I know you can deal with imperfections, things like paint and material, but what's the part that really captures their imagination when you talk to them?
Yeah, well, I think it's clearly return on investment, and this is through either automation or through improving quality. And if we're talking about industries like automotive, where we're very strong, but also aerospace and medical device manufacturing, or electronics, those are all industries or manufacturing segments where the imperfection in quality can be very costly. So we're able to show them that the return on investment is very fast. Many times it's several months, and we're not talking about years. and that is what captures their attention. On the top of that, they always looking for people because they hate to refuse new business because they don't have the people for the reason that they wouldn't have enough personnel, or what they do not like, of course, is penalties coming from their customers, or recalls, or any kind of problems like that. This is very costly, and any avoidance is very appreciated.
So what kind of so you go into that executive, you show them the financial part, but how do you tell them, how are they going to be able to enchant their customers? How much better are you than the current solutions?
Well, where we tend to start is really with finding a use case or problem in production where we are very unique, and they've been trying to solve this kind of problem for years, and the other solutions on the market they have tried couldn't deliver the either from the performance point of view, or from the cycle time point of view, meaning that it was not quick enough, it was not it didn't fit the inline manufacturing process that well. So usually where we like to start, and where the customer is listening really carefully, and is able to put us on a vendor list very quickly and start working with us on a pilot, is that when we are able to address some of their problems, and they have many in production that they have not been able to solve so far.
No, that's great. And so they haven't been able to solve those problems so far. But like if you go in there, so if you look at it, how do you, is it the paint imperfections, or what really grabs their attention? Is it
Right.
the material imperfections? What grabs their attention and says, wow, because the first thing you look at is your car. And when you get your new car, you look at the paint, and the paint's got imperfections on it. All of a sudden, you think the whole car quality is bad. Maybe it is, maybe it isn't.
Right. No, well, there are well, our solution is not fixed only on paint, but let's start with paint inspection as one of the things that our technology is able to address. So when you talk with either a car manufacturer or tier 1 supplier, automotive tier 1 supplier, they are very concerned about the quality of the painted surface, and this is because the automotive norms and customer expectations are very high. There is very small tolerance for any imperfections, and the defects can be either very minor, you would not even notice it, or really some pickles, for example, that would bother you when using the car along the way. But this is only cosmetic. Then you have functional defects. So you would have like a sealing surface that you want to make sure that it doesn't leak. And this is very hard to do manually. There are not many other solutions suitable for that, and they lack the stability of the inspection process, or accuracy of the system, of the quality control system that we can provide them. And so basically the only alternative solution many times is that you as a person would look at it and judge the surface, but this is not scalable. This is not stable enough, and humans make errors, and that's where is our opportunity to show them that they should go with us and with our technology. So
Now,
I'm sorry, a part of the functional defects, then you have safety components that really, if they are not perfectly manufactured, they impact safety, human safety, in a negative way. And this is exactly one of the areas that you want to be 100% sure that your product is not defective.
no, you're right. And like it's typical, so let's just take paint inspection today. So a typical company that does paint inspection, typical automobile manufacturer, how much better are you than that? Are you 10% better, 20%, 100, 1,000? Well, how much better are you at spotting those imperfections and flagging them?
Well, the requirement of the customer for a quality control solution is that they want to catch all the defects. Many times, some of the imperfections that we find on the surface, we call them findings, are not necessarily defects because they are too small, or they are to be a true defect, or they are very cosmetic imperfections. And what we deliver is that these false alarms would be under 1%, and this is very difficult to achieve close to 100%, meaning 99.99% accuracy with very low false alarm rate. And what is also difficult is that to really be able to cover all kinds of defect categories. So there might be solutions on the market that can handle a few of the defect categories, and they would perform well on those. But if you have a paint shop, maybe your your tier 1 supplier, or basically any kind of paint shop that is out there, you don't want to have one technology for one type of defects, the other technology for other type of defects, and on the top of that, even a person then is handling manual quality control. In that case, those customers would pay twice or three times because they need to pay for the technology as well as for the people. So it really, if it should make the sense, it should cover all the defects that the technology or that you need to look for. And this is where Sanezoo is very unique. And this is one of the requirements. This is the major requirement that we're able to fulfill and outperform the others.
And how long does it generally take, for the other startups out there, from the time you visit somebody to the time they decide to order the product? How long? Is it an enterprise level sale? Is it a 12 to 18 month sale? Is it 6 months, 3 months? How long does it generally take?
Yeah, in big corporation, it is really 1 year or more before the first contact. But what has happened to us several times, actually, then that it really took couple months, 2 months, and you have to have your product ready. You have to, of course, be able to demonstrate that your product is ready, and then if something is really painful, then they're ready to order very fast. Even the biggest corporations out there, they can process in 1 month, in 3 or 4 weeks, they can process everything.
No, that's great. And how's your business? When did you get started? When did you get started with the company, and where are you today?
So we started some 6.5 years ago, and we started selling actively some year and a half ago, and before that we were selling as well, but we were not really trying to sell as much as possible. Rather, we concentrated on deliver things, making our product production ready, and because what we found out is if you have a product in a lab working fine, then from that point it takes at least 2 years to make it to a production full production ready product. So that is one of the threats for really startup companies out there, that it takes really a vast amount of energy, vast amount of time to take it from a fine working product in a lab to the production, because the production environment features a lot of anomalies, a lot of problems, a lot of vibrations and ambient lighting and whatever is out there, but you don't expect in the lab. Plus, then you have other parties, integrators, who expect different kind of API, let's say, or you have distributors you need to work on. You have some customers' expectations that all of their deliveries would be compatible with, and this was also a long process for us, but we're there. We have proven our solution in production. We have a few customers on the US market, and we started actively selling on the US market as well, and have big plans here.
And so now we're coming up to the top of the show. Closing thoughts, and how do people get a hold of you, Lubos?
They can get a hold of me on LinkedIn by my first name and last name, or as a CEO of Sanezoo, Sanezoo, and or by email, lubosb@sanezoo.com is the best contact method to be in contact with me. And we have raised recently, but for more expansion and faster growth, we'll be looking for more.
Sounds great. Well, thanks for taking time out of your busy schedule to join us today for the show. And thanks to the entire VC Task Force team for one more time allowing Gary's Picks to air. It's been incredible. And so we'll be back with another exciting edition in 2 weeks. Thanks, Joel. Thanks, June. And thanks, everyone. And as we say, stay happy, stay safe, and stay healthy. We'll be back to you again soon. Joel?
Awesome. Thanks, guys. Gary, another fantastic interview. And Lubos, what you're working on there is really interesting. And I think for our audience to understand your journey, how you got here, is and where you're going is really amazing. So thanks to both of you gentlemen, and thanks to VC Task Force. We'll see you back here in 2 weeks. Stay well. Take
Thank
care.
you. Yep.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Thanks a lot. Thanks, Gary. Thanks, Joel.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.